Hello there, viewers. I'm a wee bit sick today, and I'm also not Scottish. I don't know why I did that. I was supposed to make a story time about childhood injuries, but then I got really sick. But I'm still recording a video, and I'm doing it for 3 reasons. A, it's funny. B, being sick gives me an excuse to kind of say whatever I want and get away with it. And D, it makes me seem very committed to YouTube because I'm not gonna miss my 2-week upload even if I'm sick. So everybody now thinks that I'm cool. Why do our bodies get a fever? Like, one microscopic bacterium enters our system that we're not familiar with, and our body goes, it's time to burn everything down to the ground in hopes that we also take out this bacteria. That's not a good idea. Can't you just kill it or get rid of it? Have you tried asking it to leave? Escort it out nicely. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I probably shouldn't be complaining about these things, but also mucus is disgusting. And when we get sick, our body just coats everything in it. Like, I feel like I'm a slime monster right now. And speaking of mucus, our stomachs have like a lining. I think it's mucus, right? To protect the tissue from the stomach acid. Because stomach acid is freaking strong enough to melt zinc. Whose idea was that? That seems like a bad move. Like, here, let's make some squishy flesh sacks that are made of mostly water. Oh, cool. Well, they need to eat, so how are they gonna digest their food? I don't know, pour a bucket of lava in there and just hope for the best. But at least our stomachs are useful. The appendix? Hello? Why take up all that space if you ain't gonna pay the rent? You know what I mean? You are the landlord of your own body, and the appendix is in there, living rent-free, not pulling its weight, not doing its share, and you think, okay, well, at least you're leaving me alone and not causing problems. And then the appendix explodes. What a terrible tenant that would be. Oh, another sick thing, sneezing. I have the, what is it called? The photic sneeze reflex, where when it's bright outside, you sneeze. I've heard that it's because in caveman days, if you're sick or you have some foreign contaminant, you don't want to sneeze it out while you're inside, like in your little cave. So our brains have trained us that when big light equals sun, when big light and go outside, sneeze. Because then you're not sneezing on your stuff in your cave. What did cavemen even own? Like a club and fire. That's all I know about cavemen. Oh no, and the drawings as well. They're just like me for real. Why am I talking about cavemen? Oh yeah, sneezing. There will be a little fleck of something something in your nose that your body doesn't want there. And the solution is an air shotgun out of your face. That's so weird. Wouldn't your brain think, oh, let's make it itchy so that you pick it out? Or let's make the nose run a little bit so that whatever's stuck in there will get out. But no, we landed on booger rocket. Oh, it's a little dramatic, but it gets the job done. Freaking hiccups? What are those for? It has something to do with your diaphragm, right? Like it gets stuck or it opens and closes or something. That's the stupidest thing ever. Are our brains just bored? I haven't done anything fun in a while. Let's screw with the diaphragm a bit. I don't know. Let's make some weird noises and then make it so that they can't stop. The cures for hiccuping? The weirdest things I've ever heard. People don't talk about this enough. Uh-oh, I have the hiccups. Oh, you need to be frightened. Excuse me? You telling me to watch Five Nights at Freddy's to get rid of my hiccups? And then someone else will come along and say, oh no, actually you need to do a handstand on one hand and plug one nostril while you chug salt water. And then other people are like, just hold your breath until you pass out. None of these should be solutions to anything. And yawning? My sister told, shout out sister. My sister told me yawning is when you need more oxygen. It's basically your brain reminding you that you need to take in more oxygen. And that's why it's contagious, because if you see someone else do it, your brain is like, oh, I also need oxygen, which is interesting because it means that if you're tired, it's actually not your brain trying to get you to sleep. Yawning is your brain trying to keep you awake. So there's a fun fact for you. A fun, possibly false fact. The best kind. But I would just like to backpedal and say, seriously? You are reminding me to breathe. Breathing. Yeah, no sh. I literally do that in my sleep. Oh, yeah, and the polar opposite of hiccuping, which does nothing, is giving birth, which does something, and is kind of important. That sucks. Just in general, I don't feel like I need to go into why that sucks, but you know what's even crazier about it? After it's done, your brain releases hormones that gaslight you into thinking it wasn't that bad. Brother, that is so uncool. Don't do that. And other things that shouldn't have been done, good segue, the spine. Am I the only one who thinks about this regularly? About how much of a disaster the spine is? Imagine you're in school, you have to make a macaroni statue, and your teacher's like, make it structurally sound. The last thing you would do is stack a bunch of them on top of each other and then call it good. That's what our spines are, bro. Each vertebrae is a macaroni. I'm starting to lose the metaphor a little bit, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna keep going. Each macaroni is a vertebrae, and you've stacked them all so that they can like move around. But you lose one, the whole thing fails. Did you know that we perceive everything upside down? And then our brain flips it right side up so we can see everything? That's crazy. God was just having fun at that point. He's like, yeah, humans are mostly done, but I don't know, I kind of want something more. Gabriel shows up. He's like, what if you flipped everything upside down, but they didn't know it? Dude, that's hilarious. They did a test, right? This could be completely fake news, but it's entertaining, so I'm going with it. They did a test where they put those upside down goggles on people for like weeks. And after a certain amount of time, their vision flipped back, and then they take them off. And now everything's upside down. I feel really bad for the people who participated in that study, because when the study's over, their vision's just gonna be upside down for a few weeks. What if they had an important meeting? Yes, so this slide says, business. Oh, and finally, to close things off, of course, for this ramble session. You know what a teratoma is? Don't look it up. If you're morbidly curious like me, you can look it up, but just, you know, be prepared. You're gonna need the rest of the day to sit down and process what you saw. Don't look that up before going to work or something. A teratoma is a tumor housed within the human body that grows hair, teeth, bones, I think fingernails. Ew, no. That should not be possible. Outside body things should not be inside body. Our bodies should know this by now. Man, our bodies suck. Oh, fan art. Look at fan art. This is amazing. Incredible. I'm probably gonna post this in November, but please go watch The Haunted House. Or if you don't want to watch it because it's November and you're already in Christmas mood, put it in your watch later list, and then next year, watch it on Halloween. And massive shout out to channel members. Thank you for your continued support on my channel. You are quite literally paying for my Tylenol right now. Goodbye, friends. I forgot that I did the intro in Scottish, so I figured I'd do the end in Scottish as well. Arrivederci.